Judy.
Yes.
Do you know where my favorite jewelry store is?
William, I think I have an idea.
We'll tell you where you can find free jewelry next on Garden Time.
Welcome to Garden Time. We're at Lan Su Chinese Garden where they're celebrating the 9th Moon Floral Design Showcase. And every visitor this weekend will either get a floral ring or a boutonniere while they see all the beautiful flowers.
And this wonderful annual event is kicking off November, but they're going to be calling it Mum-vember.
And later in the show, we'll be learning all about this great event.
On the show today, we're also going to be telling you how you can take care of your roses for the winter.
But first, fall and winter camellias. I am at Sugawa Nursery today, and they're right on I-5 in Woodland, Washington with Brian. And Brian, you have the biggest selection of camellias I've seen in so long.
Yeah, well, thanks, Judy. These Sasenko camellias, they just came in off the truck. So
Beautiful.
We got a nice little display offering some color that you don't really see coming into the fall. You know, early January, February, they can last. It kind of depends on the weather what determines them to open up like that.
And these varieties will bloom probably before the first of the year.
Definitely, yeah. You can
Nice.
see a lot of them just fully loaded with flower buds. A lot of these are grown in California, but they're plenty hardy for this area. But they just do a better job in that area, you know, developing a better flower bud.
Well,
you know.
nice. And so what is this one? I love this double pink.
A lot of them have like Japanese names, but this one is Showa no Sake. Kind of a semi-double. They can come in single flower, double flower, and actually they classify it as a semi-double, but Showa no Sake, and it has, you can kind of see a very sporadic growth habit on it. So a lot of the habit will determine the height. So if you see the vertical upright, you're probably going to know that's going to get 6 to 8 foot tall. The more loose or open, or the habit will kind of tell you 4 to 6 feet, 6 to 8 feet.
But you can prune them.
Oh, definitely. They take pruning. They're very versatile too. You know, you can see the growth, very easily trained on a trellis. Not really arbors, but probably a lot for trellises and different styles like that.
Beautiful. And so there's one on the ground that I've never seen before, that light pink.
Yeah, that it's
May?
a really, yes, Jean May. You can see it's a really pretty pink on that. Very popular here. When it first comes kind of opening up, it actually looks kind of like almost, I don't know, like a peony or something.
It does.
But very fully. The buds are just, it's always fun to watch them.
It is.
From bud to open up like that.
And I think this one's an old favorite. What is this one?
Yuletide, probably known for Christmas time blooming. It's Yuletide. It's been around ever since we had Sasenko camellias. But just a really nice, stunning red, nice true red camellia flower on that.
And I love the yellow stamens in the center. It's really pretty.
I think that really makes it cheery, I guess you'd call
Nice.
it.
And here's another one, Bonanza. That's another new one for me.
Yeah, you can see the compact, between the leaf nodes, the compactness of this. So probably going to be more 4 to 6 foot tall. They will get taller, but easily trimmed, and another nice red.
Nice.
I guess you call that red. It's kind of a dark pink.
Yeah, dark pink.
In camellias, they call it red.
Oh, okay. And then a double white, which is just so pretty. It's stunning.
Yes, I think it is. Very upright habit on this one, but you can see just loaded with flower buds, and whites do really well for the dark, dreary color of the fall and the winter. They kind of lighten up the darker areas. So they do take kind of a shaded situation, but they prefer, a little break from that 2 to 4 o'clock time. But they're just a nice plant to have for that time of year.
And this one's called Winter Snowman.
Yeah.
That's another new one.
Yep.
I want to show everybody this really nice bulletin board you have of all the different varieties of camellias.
Well, yeah, when you want to look at camellias, such as a customer or whatever, but having everything on information side by side so you can actually take notes or say what was, you kind of forget what it looked like. So this saved a lot of walking is what it really did.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, it worked really well.
Somebody went to a lot of trouble to give us some more information for us to take home and make the best selection for a camellia for our own gardens. And would you say this is a great time to plant?
I think it's a really great time right now.
Yeah, because they actually will put on some root growth and be ready for that beautiful springtime
That's
also.
right. Get them established before winter comes. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, if you have any camellias that you can use for your yard, this is the place to come. There's so many to choose from. You can see them. They're starting to bloom right now, so you can see them actually here. You don't have to see them in a picture. Come out and see Brian and his staff and pick out one today. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Is your garden in need of refreshment? Hi, I'm Sarah, and there are plenty of things in bloom at Portland Nursery. Come check out our beautiful fall color to perk up your garden. At Portland Nursery, we consider fall the second season, and the gardening opportunities are endless. Establish next year's trees, replace lettuce and greens, or get a jump on onions and garlic. Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people, on 50th and Stark and 90th and Division, or at portlandnursery.com.
10 days, 9 nights, and one great trip with your Garden Time gang. Travel with William and Judy on our next Garden Time tour this February in beautiful Hawaii. Space is limited. Book now. Go to gardentime.tv/tours for all the details.
Fall is a time to think of planting and planning. Planting new plants now will help them get a jump start on next year. Black Gold All-Purpose can help your plants get ready for winter and next spring. Formulated with a blend of natural and organic nutrients, it contains everything your plants and spring bulbs need for a happy and healthy start. Look for Black Gold All-Purpose at your local garden center or nursery. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Judy,
Yep.
do you remember when I asked you if you liked me? I mean, if you really liked me?
Yeah, I liked you on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I need you to do that again.
Well, we really need everyone to like the new Facebook page for Garden Time. So you just go to gardentime.tv and click on the Facebook icon and like us again for our brand new page. Well, it is a beautiful day to be at Lan Su Chinese Garden, and we're here for a very special event. It's the 9th Moon Design Floral Showcase, and I'm with Leanne. And Leanne, you are really an important person here today, aren't you?
Oh, today I get to play with all the floral designers. I've got to coordinate all the people that brought in their exhibits, and it has been such grand fun.
And the chrysanthemum is really the star of the show for the whole month, and the designers will be using that as the main flower in their designs.
You know, they are all using a chrysanthemum, but that is the only thing that ties it together.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be so many different varieties, and you can see the chrysanthemum is available in every color under the rainbow and every shape, from spiders to itty bitty baby ones. And so the designers will be creating a way with their own style. It's magical.
And so that really kind of limits you, but then it also broadens your creativity because you can use any of the chrysanthemums.
So true, and they are textural masterpieces. So you'll see some people do things like urban chic, very rustic,
that.
very artistic, and yet others may put a little Asian spin on it, and then others will put it together like they gathered it from their garden. You'll see all these things in each of the different rooms here at Lan Su.
Leanne, now are these all local designers? Are they from other places?
You know, it's amazing. This year we have designers from British Columbia, Oregon, Washington, California. They are flying in to share their art. We have people who have studied Ikebana. We have gardeners, we have people who own flower shops, and people who are wedding specialists. So much diversity. I think it's going to be amazing. I know when I walked around and looked, I thought, where did all this variety come from and how could it be? And then new this year, we've added 6 florists that have been involved doing big designs spotlighted throughout the garden as well. So we've got designers, florists, all over the Pacific Northwest. Some people have been growing their own mums, and some people have brought them in from wherever they live. So much to see.
Oh, beautiful. And chrysanthemums are really so important to the Chinese culture, aren't they?
Oh, they are. You know, giving a gift of chrysanthemums is promising to bring luck into the home. And what a wonderful way to start with a gift of chrysanthemums. And we are doing that throughout the weekend, all day Saturday and Sunday. Every guest that comes to the garden is going to get a gift of flowers to wear. We'll be doing
Look
rings,
at these. Aren't those beautiful?
boutonnieres, tussie-mussies, and everybody in the garden becomes part of the exhibit.
That is so much fun, and really, and you can also be a part of it because there's going to be a People's Choice Award.
Oh my gosh, that is the most exciting part. Every single guest gets to vote for who should be the People's Choice, first, second, and third, and then it'll be awarded Sunday evening.
That is nice. So there is really time to come down to the Lan Su Chinese Garden and see all these beautiful displays because they'll be on display through Sunday night.
Through 4 o'clock Sunday, don't miss it.
And there's also other things going on the whole month of November, and I'm going to go talk to Glenn about what all those events are. Well, now I'm talking to Glenn, and Glenn, really, this is the big kickoff for Mum-vember, isn't it?
It is. We celebrate the chrysanthemum every year for the entire month of November.
It is great, and these mums behind us are tremendous. And did you grow them all?
Well, a whole team of us, volunteers and staff, have been working for 9 months. We've got over 800 potted chrysanthemums and 80 different varieties.
That is amazing because you have them from the little tiny buttons to the big spiders, and they're just really so beautiful.
There's so much diversity in the chrysanthemum family. Different colors, different shapes, different heights. It's a wonderful display that we have here.
Yeah, and I love that you have them by colors because you have like color displays throughout the garden, so it makes you walk around the whole garden, which is looking so cool.
Well, actually, fall is our most colorful time of year. Not only are all the deciduous plants changing color, but the chrysanthemum show, with all of that color, makes it just a rainbow inside.
Oh, it does. And then there's going to be events going on Saturday and Sunday all month.
That's right. So Saturdays and Sundays at 1 o'clock, there's going to be floral demonstrations by all the designers who participated in the 9th Moon Show.
So really something going on. Go to the website and find out all the calendar of events. And today and tomorrow when you come in, don't forget to go get your bling from the students, and they'll be making rings and boutonnieres, and you can vote on the beautiful displays. So really, it's a time to come down to Lan Su Chinese Garden and really have a great time. Thanks so much, Glenn. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
This next week is Veterans Day, and it's that time to remember people that have served our country in the past.
So one of the best ways you can do that is by planting a plant who has a specific thought or memory attached to it that will help you remember those men and women that gave their lives in service for our nation.
The rose plant and rose flower signifies love, and what a wonderful plant to put in your garden to remember a loved one. You know, you could always pick a favorite color of that person or a fragrance that they loved and plant a rose bush to signify that person. Now, the herb rosemary actually signifies remembrance, and wouldn't it be nice to have that in your garden and be able to brush past it and release the aroma of rosemary and help you to remember your friend or your favorite loved one. Pieris means self-sacrifice, and this one would be a great plant to put in your garden for maybe a military relative that served our country in the past or even now.
And the wonderful thing about gardens is there's so many plants that have specific meanings, like holly. You know, at this time of year we're thinking about holly anyways, we start decorating indoors, but holly also means rebirth. It means that because it sets its buds now but blooms in the spring and then carries its fruit into this time of year again. Another great family of plants is the cypress family, so really you can choose any one you want, but cypress traditionally stands for sacrifice, which is a great plant to give to someone who gave their life for our nation. And then you can always find bulbs that have specific meanings, like these beautiful, beautiful hyacinths in white, which define gentleness.
All of these plants would look wonderful in your garden, but if you want to plant them in a public place or in the cemetery, make sure that you call ahead to ask permission.
And you know, the same rules apply for this type of gardening as for all gardening. You want to make sure you're getting the right plant for the right place. So be aware of size, about its watering needs, and make sure that you're getting the plant that's really going to live a long time to help you remember those people that you've lost.
If you go to the Garden Time website, we do have a list of plants and their meanings to help you choose a plant for your garden.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
They had to take the car, they had to get it open with the jaws of life, take me out on a backboard, took me to a Trauma 1 center. I absolutely feel like the Subaru saved my life.
Well, we trust Capital. We trust our salesperson here, Jackie.
Jackie's great. I believe that she really cares about us.
She teaches me about the Subaru.
Our way on the Parkway.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
Every year, trees fall or break, causing property damage, power outages, and injury.
Now is the time for Bartlett Tree Experts and Collier Arbor Care to get your trees ready for the extreme conditions ahead.
Our free consultation will help to spot the signs of potentially hazardous trees.
We can help address problems before they occur. Whether it's trees or shrubs, we can help you get a healthy and beautiful garden.
Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts, providing environmentally safe tree care since 1907.
10 days, 9 nights, and one great trip with your Garden Time gang. Travel with William and Judy on our next Garden Time tour this February in beautiful Hawaii. Space is limited. Book now. Go to gardentime.tv/tours for all the details.
Do you have a leaning or broken fence? Fix a broken fence with ease. Made in Oregon, the sturdy fence post bracket can mend your drooping fence. Strong wind, falling debris, dry rot, and wayward drivers can all cause havoc on your once sturdy fence. Our sturdy bracket attaches to your existing fence and is easily installed in 30 minutes. Limit waste, materials, and save money by fixing your existing fence. Purchase online at sturdfence.com or visit participating Par Lumber and Pro Build stores.
Well, I'm standing at the International Rose Test Garden. I'm here with Harry. How are you, Harry?
Doing great.
So we're going to be talking about pruning because, you know, we gardeners at home, a lot of us have roses, but it's pretty simple for us to do. You guys have countless roses here.
Yeah.
What is the process and how are you going to go about doing it?
We call it wind pruning. Because they get so big.
Yeah.
And roses don't have a great root system, and they'll start to blow over in the wind. And
And that really surprises people often, I think, because we assume because they're so big, they probably have a really deep, intense, strong, but they can really flop in the wind.
Oh yeah, we've had to cut several back already because they were falling over.
So is there like a percentage of them that you cut off? How do you know how to do that?
We make it simple.
Okay.
If it's at your wrist, it comes off.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter if it's a hybrid tea or a grandiflora.
Nope.
The wrist is the height that you cut them to.
And if it doesn't, if it's below your wrist, we leave it.
Okay. And then, so even if it's like a ground cover rose, then if it's only up there, you don't do anything to that at the time?
No, we leave them.
And then what is the process? Because when I've come in, like in early spring, they look shorter, so you do it again.
Yeah, then we prune it down to our knees.
Okay.
And that was kind of just an easy gauge to go by.
So wrist this time, and then when do you do that cutting? February?
Late January, early February.
And then what about miniature roses? Because over here, Harry, we have some here, but is there a process that you actually go through to do this?
Well, here we'll just tidy them up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just so they look a little better.
Because if you were going by the wrist thing and the knee, that wouldn't work on these.
It'd be ankle.
Yeah, right, ankle. Just cut them at ankle height. So then here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a walk over here because you have got some really exciting things starting to happen here coming this winter. So let's go over here and chat about that.
Okay.
Okay, Harry, so we love to garden. We know that nature changes things all the time, but there are some big changes that are happening here for the ADA. First of all, tell me what ADA means.
Americans Disability Act.
So what is it that's going to be changing here?
A lot. This entire walkway is going to be taken out.
Wow.
Concrete will put in from about this vicinity here to the exposed aggregate down there will be all a ramp, and then a ramp at the other side will go to the width of what it is now.
And then it'll go down and then back up.
Yep.
And then you're also, I believe, going to have to remove a lot of plants on each side. Tell me about that.
Every plant 10 feet on both sides has to come out.
And when they come out, they're going to go back in. It's just that right now, though, they've all got to go.
They all have to go, yep.
And you've really paid attention to detail, I think, because there's these wonderful old lamp posts that are along this walk too, but those are going to stay.
They will, because it costs too much to move them. so I get to keep my climbers.
That's right. And when does all this begin?
It's supposed to start in January and be done by the middle of April.
Wow. And then that really is going to be a great help, though, for anybody, even people on crutches or with walkers or wheelchair. What a wonderful way for them to come in and see this beautiful garden much easier.
It's long overdue.
Yeah, yeah. And then there is also, this coming up here, though, is going to be the 100th year celebration for here. So 100 years of all kinds of beautiful roses. So Harry, I bet that there's going to be some rose that's named for the centennial.
Oh yes, you better believe it. We are going to have a beautiful yellow fragrant hybrid tea from Star Roses. Nice. We haven't picked a name for it yet. Our friends group is working on that, but it'll be a first year exclusive.
And I bet people are going to be able to buy it as well.
We're going to be selling it here. We have 500 that we're going to sell here as a fundraiser for the garden, where all the money will stay here in the garden. And then there's a couple retailers I'm sure will want to have it too.
Is there some place that people can get information on what's happening?
Not right now, because there's not much happening.
Yeah.
It's out to bid, but it'll be on the website eventually.
And then I would think if they come to the shop here, the Rose Garden shop, they could probably get information there as well. Yeah. Well, you know, this is a grand rose garden. We absolutely love coming here and filming with Harry. And now that these changes are being made, it's going to be more accessible to even more people to come and enjoy it. Harry, it is always such a pleasure being here with you. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, William.
Our tip of the week is about raking the leaves off of the lawns. Really, if you leave the fall leaves on the lawns, you can damage the grass over the fall and winter time. It's a great inexpensive mulch to put on your garden beds. This way it'll protect the soils from the pounding rains and also protect your plants. In the springtime, make sure you take off any of the leaves that haven't decomposed and put them in your own compost. Well, raking the leaves in the fall and putting them on your garden beds, that's our tip of the week.
Damien, fancy meeting you here at Standard TV and Appliance.
I had no idea they sold mattresses.
Why, certainly they do. As a matter of fact, they have the largest selection of Beauty Rest mattresses in the entire state.
Huge price cuts now on Standard's all-star lineup of mattresses, including Beauty Rest Black.
I'm going to sleep great tonight.
A hometown favorite since 1947 for appliances, TVs,
and mattresses.
You got it. Standard TV and Appliance.
Take the hard work out of yard work with the Leaf Hopper. The Leaf Hopper, the ultimate garden cleanup tool. Simply fill, fold, and funnel your yard debris away. It eliminates the back-breaking work of garden cleanup. When you are done, you can even use it to apply garden mulch in a precise area. Made from permeable material, it resists mold and mildew and folds away for easy storage. Get the Leaf Hopper at Quality Garden Centers or at easyhaultarp.com.
Don't let the cold and wet get you this winter. Warm up to a season of heat with Grimm's Fuel. Grimm's has plenty of wood and heating oil ready to deliver to keep you warm all winter long. Stay warm and cozy with Grimm's Fuel.
The holidays have arrived at Garden Gallery Ironworks. Stop by our store in Hubbard and see the season in a whole new light. We have a wide selection of new and unusual gift ideas. From stocking stuffers and hostess gifts to large decor pieces, we have thousands of items to choose from. And don't forget the outdoors. We have gifts for the gardeners too. We also have a large selection of Kelly Ray Roberts items for you to take home. Give the gift they'll thank you for from Garden Gallery Ironworks.
I am at a very unique place. I am at Nella Chestnut Farms with Bernardo Nella. And Bernardo, this is such a cool chestnut farm. How was the harvest this year?
It was really good.
And so what kind of chestnuts are these? These aren't horse chestnuts we see in the city, are they?
No, they're grafted trees. The variety is colossal chestnuts.
They are big chestnuts. So this is how they come. There's like a burr and the nuts are inside. So how do you harvest them? Do you climb the trees?
No, you just wait till they fall to the floor and pick them up and be careful not
They're
to...
pinchy.
Yeah.
Very pinchy,
No.
so I'm sure you don't do it barehanded.
No, gloves, and you try to use your feet as much as you can.
And so, you know, I think they're such a delicacy for so many people that they're roasted. And so you have a fire going here. So how do we roast them?
I have a wok that Larry is going to demonstrate
Thanks,
for
Larry.
us how to do it. If you don't have a fire, you can roast them in the oven.
And so I noticed that there's a cut in the shell. So why is that?
That's so they don't explode.
Oh, okay. So you have to cut them before you put them on a fire or in the oven?
Yep. Any way that you cook them, whether you boil them, put them in the microwave, in the oven, you need to score them, otherwise they explode.
And about how long do we have to cook them on a flame or in the oven?
On a flame, probably, how long do you say, Larry?
2 to 3 minutes till they're about 20-30% charcoaled.
Oh, okay. And so, but I bet there's a recipe on your website if we need to know.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think for even more information, you can come out to Nella Farms this weekend. So what's going on this weekend?
This weekend we have our annual Chestnut Roast. We have a wine
tasting?
Wine tasting.
Very nice.
And we roast chestnuts.
Nice. And it's such a beautiful place here. There's a place to sit under cover. You have your beautiful shed here to sit in. So really, you're welcome for any kind of weather, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. And really, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click over their website. And so there's pictures of the farm. And then there's also a phone to call or a way to get in touch with you?
Sure. You can go to nellachestnutfarm.com or call, it's 800-400-3658.
So if you can't come out for the festival, you can come out, you can order the chestnuts to have them delivered to your home, and you can enjoy them in the comfort of your own home.
Yep, yeah, we do ship them.
Excellent. Well, really, a fun time this weekend, so have a great time.
Yep.
Thanks so much for watching the show today. Now, it might be November, but there is still a lot of wonderful events happening, like this weekend here at Lan Su for Mum-vember and a chestnut roast.
And for more information about all these events, please go to gardentime.tv and click on the events calendar.
And you know, we wanted to remind you that there are only 3 more shows left this year, but don't worry, we already know we're going to be back next March for an entire new season of Garden Time.
We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week here on Garden Time.
Don't you just love all the things inside Garden Time magazine? So much great information about gardening.
I do, William. There's new plants, adventures, recipes, local gardeners, home tips.
And it's free, right in your email. But there's 2 things you left out.
What's that?
You and me. We write some of the articles and get to share our gardening knowledge.
Of course. I should have... William, where did you go?
Right here, Judy. You'll find both of us every month in Garden Time magazine.
Sign up for your free subscription on the Garden Time website.
10 days, 9 nights, and 1 great trip with your Garden Time gang. Travel with William and Judy on our next Garden Time tour this February in beautiful Hawaii. Space is limited. Book now. Go to gardentime.tv/tours for all the details. The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.